Defense Force reserves called out as the TNT government steps up its crime fight. And in sport, 5 members of the ICC Youth World Cup winning side in the Windies Under-19 Regional Super 50 squad. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Thursday, January 19. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
Security officials in Trinidad and Tobago yesterday announced strategies in the fight against crime that include calling out the reserves of the Defense Force. The announcement came against the background of 27 murders since the start of the year. Attorney General Faris Alwari, Minister of National Security Edmund Dillon, and Acting Police Commissioner Stephen Williams outlined the plans at a joint press conference. Dillon said the Defense Force called out its reserves to deal not only with the immediate issues, but to assure visitors during the carnival period that they are safe and secure. The police service has also called out additional members of the Special Reserve Police to boost numbers. And Commissioner Williams said that the manpower of Homicide Investigative Department has been doubled. Bermuda's Chief Justice has ordered a judicial review of the Home Affairs Minister's decision not to renew a London-born pastor's work permit. Reverend Nicholas Tweed from the African Methodist Episcopal Church turned to the court after Minister Patricia Gordon Pamplin refused to grant the work permit and ordered that he leave the country by January 19, that's today, and his application was successful. Gary Moreno of Bermuda Broadcasting News reports.
Reverend Tweed further seeking declarations that the direction to leave is because of discrimination under the Bermuda Immigration Act 1956 and should be declared incompatible with the Human Rights Act 1981. He is further seeking a declaration that he belongs to Bermuda. The application states that should the direction that he leave the island by January 19th remain in place, in the intervening period, Reverend Tweed would be wholly deprived of the benefits of his success, particularly since he has made his home here in the island, is the father of a minor child whom he sees nearly every day and transports her to school. Reverend Tweed, the application asserts, has strong connections to Bermuda. The man he has known as his father all his life is Bermudian Dr. Kingsley Tweed, who was brought up and worked for a significant part of his young adult life on the island. Reverend Tweed's wife, from whom he is separated, is Bermudian and lives and works on the island, and his daughter holds Bermudian status and she too lives on island. The application seeks to have the court direct the Ministry of Immigration to consider the request for the AME Church for a work permit for Reverend Tweed afresh, and in accordance with policy, the minister should play no part in that decision. In the end, Chief Justice Dr. Ian Kawali ordering a stay of the minister's decision until further order of the court and has granted leave for judicial review to the applicants.
Barbados is gearing up to host the 13th edition of the Caribbean Festival of Arts, CariFesta, this summer. The festival runs from August 17 to 27, and Culture Minister Stephen Lashley told a news conference this morning that the website and social media platforms go live from today.
We expect that about 3,000 plus artists and of course artisans to converge on Barbados during the festival, and there will be several key events being staged. There will be 2 super concerts, opening and closing ceremonies, and 3 single events, plus there will also be space allocated for events staged by persons and organizations other than official delegations. And indeed, part of what we want to achieve this morning is to send out an invitation, of course, to those persons who are not necessarily part of official delegations to send a signal as to what they would wish to offer for CariFesta 2017.
The U.S. State Department has announced the resumption of the process of export guns to Jamaica for commercial use. This follows a suspension of the process late last year when Jamaica's Firearm Licensing Authority was at the center of controversy involving the disappearance of documents on a businessman who was later freed of the murder of a schoolboy. A statement issued yesterday noted that export licenses for firearms would be considered on a case-by-case basis. The U.S. Embassy also said it's working with the Ministry of National Security and the FLA to identify opportunities to jointly improve the firearm and licensing registration process. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Hi, I'm Avian Parks from the beautiful island of Tobago. Join us this month for the Barbados Food and Rum Festival. Sample a unique spin on a Christmas meal and of course enjoy Trinidad's sweet parang in Lopino. It's all coming up next on this station. Stay with us.
Exciting all-rounder Shamar Springer is among 5 members of the ICC Youth World Cup winning side that including the West Indies under-19 14-man squad for the regional Super 50 starting next week. He will be joined by fellow all-rounder Kimo Paul, middle-order batsman Christian Kalacharan, wicket-keeper batsman Emmanuel Stewart, and left-arm fast bowler Obed McCoy for the January 24th to February 18 one-day tournament set to be staged in Antigua, in Barbados. Springer shot to prominence when he lashed a 74-100 against Fiji in last January's Youth World Cup in Bangladesh and followed up with an unbeaten half-century and a brace of wickets in the semi-final as they beat the host to reach the final. The side's campaign in the Super 50 will be part of their preparation for next year's Under-19 World Cup in New Zealand, and while neither Paul, Springer nor McCoy will be eligible for the showpiece, they have been included in the Super 50 squad to add strength. West Indies under-19s will play in Zone A, carded for Antigua, and will be alongside defending champions Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, Leeward Islands Hurricanes, Windward Islands Volcanoes, and English County side Kent. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.